Good morning. It's Monday, uh, October 5th, 2005. I'm saying October 5th, 2020. Yeah. I wish it was 15 years earlier. Um, at about 8:20 a.m. This is Fahmy Hemsey coming to you direct from lovely downtown Cape Naples. We have a new headset. It's the commitment to offer you better and better services. One of them is audio quality, and trying to perfect that. Uh, let's start with our routine. We're going to go to econ data. Okay, this one is loaded too. Good. Okay, we're good to go. All right. Econ data. Let's see what we got. Okay, why is this showing only partial? Hold on. Okay, I'm not seeing this column that well. Why is that? No, no. Hold on. Let me try again. Still doesn't. Okay, it's kind of on the edge. Maybe it's not us. We're at Max on his school bar. Long story short, Charlie Evans, the Mr. Dove himself, speaks. He follows us. He's head of Fed, Chicago Fed on Jackson and LaSalle, right next to Illinois Continental Bank, across from Illinois Continental Bank, and again, of course, across from CBOT. Let's see. He speaks at 10:45. That should be good. Forgot Raphael Bostic. Next time I'm going to educate myself with these names. This is ridiculous. They used to have the name of which branch they're running and where they're speaking and what's the topic. None of that. I got to make a note to this guy. Okay. As Monday usually is, we don't have anything major. There's IMA services. ISM services, and I've got PMI composite. But let me just go to ISM services. Let's see what we got. Yeah, this one we'll go to that. Okay. Okay. And 5669 consensus 3, so it's in line. These will be tight range, but these numbers don't move much. The key thing is over 50. Okay. Uh, it's issues of supply management, right? Okay, that's I think we're doing a little bit better there. Okay, now tomorrow, as we go into the week, more stuff comes in. You have. I'm looking for John. No, that's that. There's no. So where's PPI, CPI next week? Okay. Oh, we have FOMC. No, this is minutes. These are minutes. FOMC minutes on Wednesday. I'm looking for red reports. Obviously, EIA. Jerome Powell speaking. Where you go, Jerome? Tomorrow is the balance of trades data. Okay, goods and services trade. So that's going to be key before they open. There's jolts that Susie likes at 10. I'll be more interested in what the Fed Chair, Mr. Powell, has to say. Kaplan is speaking at 6 p.m. Where's the rest of these talking heads? Okay. Let me see what the rate count came Friday. I missed. Not that it matters. I mean, we're trading 36. This thing is just ridiculous. I mean, so many people are in trouble there. It's unfair. But so is life. Life is not supposed to be fair. So let's go to goods and services trade, and then we move on. Okay, 63 should be a little bit more. Okay, all right. This is the balance of trade. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, we haven't solved any of these problems. It's just rhetoric. The data shows a different picture. I had a talk with one of my Trumpkin buddies last night on a text. I sent him a data to look at. He sends me a cartoon. We went to 36. Okay, 64. Gotcha. Okay. So maybe I'm looking at a different spot there. I'm talking about Friday, Jake. Okay. But I understand. I do remember 36 print, but maybe I'm off. I don't know. Too much data. Uh, Anyhow, so he sends me a cartoon back. I said, listen, he goes, well, I said, this is not a good answer. He goes, well, you text me. I said, I gave you data. You gave me a cartoon back? Why don't you disagree with my data and tell me where I'm wrong? Make me better. Teach me better. Uh, okay, is that right? Thank you. Thank you, sir. So I stand corrected. There wasn't full 36, it was 36.69 print. So it traded up to, let's say, 36.70. So it wasn't all the way to 36, down below. Thank you, Jake. Appreciate it. I know you follow that. I know that. Yes. So anyhow, just give me the data. We're looking at data, especially his own government data. That's what's important. Anyhow, all right. Let's move on. So we're done with the econ calendar. We're going to go to PMT quickly. Here's the PMT first page. Timer. This doesn't make sense. We can't be off 2. We have not traded yet, Jack. Okay. It should be 0-0 at this time. It still is. Well, they'll catch it. Bottom line is we went below 50 bar. That's what SPX did. And we're in this little sandwich here. All-time high, 35.88. 31.12 now is a 200-day. 31.97 is a 3 sigma. It's very tight. You can see what's happening with sigma channels. When you get 4 or 5 of the 20-day that look back period it has, when it gets this tight, yes, you're going to see this huge drop into volatility. So it's coming back down. Obviously, we have gap downs and gap ups. Okay. Jake just updated us. The WTI low was 36.63 on Friday. Bravo, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I do on here. There should be a what do you call it? This is a CL there, and yeah, and so you can see what we're doing there. Yeah, we're up now. Yeah, but you're right. Somewhere down here, this is the low there, right? 36.67. Bravo. Or 63. Oh yeah. Yes. Bravo. Yes. That's the low. Yes, sir. Absolutely right. Appreciate that. Keep it coming. We need to stay on the right track. Okay, we rallied up pretty hard on the advanced decline data as depicted by McClellan Oscillator. I'm hoping the audio is good. I hope you guys like the quality of the audio. And Breadth Trust, again, start going up. Breadth Trust is usually a fairly positive number. The last few years we have seen, this was really unusual to see it all the way down there. You can see how very little time it goes down there versus the oscillations you have in McClellan Oscillator. Different animal. We're still a positive cross on the CI. You can see CI dips are positive. So I'm short the market, therefore I have to be extra careful here. But my attitude is over the weekend, it was the only guy who was honest was actually, is it Mark Meadows? Yeah. The doctors, I lost faith in them. The doctors, and look what the answers they had. So something else is going on. So a couple of people I've talked to on the biotech side says the type of two things happening. The type of medicine they're giving him is. Why am I discussing that? I'm not into politics here. No, but it impacts the market. The market is definitely. If you look at what happened Friday, the market is totally tuned to what's going on here because we've never had something like this before. Incumbent president getting sick with 30 days to go. How do you go move forward? So they're saying either he's telling them what to give him, which is a disaster. You can't do surgery on yourself. Or B, they don't know how things are much worse because some of these have interactions with each other. And it's not advisable to do go this route. But it is what it is. There's powers to be. I've decided to give him 3 different dosages. So the last one would cause a lot of issue. First 2 were said, well, maybe it's a part of that cocktail mix they're trying to achieve. But the last one, with the demotoxifin, so whatever those words, I forget. But steroids in there, that's what raised the problem. The situation is maybe a lot worse than they're telling us. And I just don't see him being discharged right now. He may want to discharge himself. He seems like he's taking over his own medical conditions, so I don't know. But we live in interesting times. All the norms are out the window. So we need some normalcy back, and we're going to. If you look at the data, yeah, I post some of that. The national numbers is just you cannot come back at 14% deficit when you're incumbent with less than 30 days to go. It's just never ever happened. So we wish him well, as we have to. He's still our president, so he's got at least another 30 days until we have a president-elect. So, okay, on transportation, Russell, what we need to look at? Transportation came back very nicely on Friday, much to everybody's surprise, but that was a key indicator on how to treat the market internals better, to interpret it better, to watch it better. And of course, now we're at 50 bar on the Russell. This is risk on, risk off. Transformation is the future of the economy. Not futures, but future of the economy going forward. Let me cut off the news. Uh, and let's see what our score count is. You got one. Not this one. This is close, but not one. Okay, that's one, two. So now we have two negatives. I don't know how you want to count that one. Because definitely that's borderline. So one neutral, two negatives. Actually, these are the same, and that's a little bit less. Yeah. So it depends how you want to watch it. So still we're up. Net we're still on the positive side. On the detrenders. Okay, detrender you can establish yourself. It's market. I'm saying it's a price minus the 50 or 100. You just put that in as an input, so you can use the same indicator twice. Yeah, just point to a different look back period. SP1 Momo. Let's see why we'll pull back a little bit. Usually this is inverted, this signal, because it's trend following. So if it triggers and we do not continue, you have to fade it. Okay, that different here. This is longer term. That's weekly, and that only triggers on Fridays. So right now we're still long and long. Okay, mechanical. We do not just follow this. It's an input into the mix. You can't have a 747 with no cockpit, no pilots. People come in, they want to see the pilot there. They want to see the first officer, the captain and the first officer. So you can fly an airplane without a flight attendants, but you can't do it without a captain and a first officer. So back here, SP1, we crossed plus sigma, plus 1 sigma. I'm sorry, that's plus 1 sigma. Again, those of you new with us, ignore these data. This is designed to scramble the data, not give you a clue what that is. It goes through a filter. It computes it in raw, then goes through a filter to change the scale. But the value is where it's measured against itself. We're rising, okay? We're above it. A couple of times we pulled back, went back up. And now, look what the slope is happening there, okay? This has to do with the advanced decline of S&P itself. Unlike McClellan-Hostler. This was designed because McClellan-Hostler has so many shortfalls. I used to hang out with Sherman McClellan, and a couple of times his wife also joined us in our presentations. Mary App, she's passed away, but she's the one who actually created McClellan-Hostler. Same way that, let's say, MACD or a stock RSI got me into thinking, the very indicator, I came up with CI, but that journey was like 6 years apart. This was done in 2008, early part of it, before the troubles, way before. I'd say April of 2008. Yeah, on a flight back from Chicago to New York, so it was a short flight. I just settled in New York. Chicago. I must have been in my condo there for a month or so. When that dinner came in New York, I had to be there. Annual, every other year report dinner we have for school. So on the flight back, given the meetings I had with a few hedgies, I did this on an airplane, and then we had to take a little bit to fine tune it. CI took 2 years, but that was a different problem altogether. That was a momentum, and it's a combination of momentum and trend. It's usually you cannot put in the same indicator. You got to throw it off. And our goal, this is CI. Our goal was to have zero lag, because trend is half cycle out of phase. Just if you're using like moving averages, which like MACD does, or they're using smoothing. It's the same problem. Same issue. Still, you have a period out of phase, maybe a little bit less than half cycle, but again, 200 bar means you're off 100 days. Yeah, that's very difficult to trade. So that was that. This is this. This was done a little bit later. It's a smaller, younger brethren called Momo. Its objective is to give you a bearish and bullish divergence against SP1. Established over the years, the limits are again. These are part of the problem is that when you do a new design of an indicator, you don't know what the rules are. Nobody knows. You need some data. That's why sometimes I run them on different machines. I don't even show them to you guys till I get some data, and then I go to the data and say, okay, what are my limits now? What's my highs and lows are? And then we'll come to you guys because you want to know how to trade an indicator, how to interpret it. Well, if we haven't done it ourselves enough, haven't enough observables, how do we arrive there? Okay, so that was a challenge. So this was a little bit later. It could have been early part of debacle, maybe like at or about Lehman failure in 2008, the Momo. But anyhow, limits you want to watch is plus 10 and minus 10. We're in between, it's kind of neutral, but heading up. Moving forward, SQ. SQ just had a little uptick, meaningless. It's too close to the lows. All-time low is 111, let's say 112. All-time high is 159. We have not hit 100, and we've gone over 150, the design limits. So much for designing these. So much for financial engineers who design these things, including yours truly. Yeah, the market will always surprise you. All right. Again, on my day 4 of the fast, and so I've got to get myself hydrated. Thanks for bearing with me. So we did have no signal here on SQ. It's too low. Remember, it's a tail risk of the deep out of the money, SPX puts. Okay, they're way. And if you look at it, they're like down here somewhere. Okay, this activity here is coming with that ranking or the score for the day. It's computed at the end of the day. No signal here. I think we already got our signal. If you think about it, we already got our signal. So there was this drop, and then there was this drop. These two drops were risky. Now we're not done yet. I think we have more to go. I think, as I wrote for Time and Digest, it was in a hotline last night, or excuse me, Saturday night. I think it was published last night. That said, and I'll show it to you in a second. That said, yeah, I'm worried about post-election volatility, not pre-election volatility. Here's the Time and Digest. That's how it comes in. Here's the hotline. I'm not allowed to share every time, but I can have some discretionary agreement with them that they. I'm the trader, so I make the rules. Simple, yeah. Here you go. And that's why I wrote to them. This is a hotline that comes twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays in the evening, and it's a top 10 of the 150. The top 10 need to give, not need to, but he requests them. And if you have a stale comment, if it's like more than a week or two, he'll come back and say, "Could you give an update?" Ours is not a stale. We've changed our bias, so we gave him the latest. And it was a little bit longer than that. Obviously, he doesn't have to tie a space to print everybody. This is 10 guys on top. So he did. He at his discretion in the years, he is very few times he's made a mistake from my point of view. Because unlike CNBC, I would give him some data, some interpretation, some chart. The bimbo, I'm sorry, but I'm brutal. You know, I came from a aircraft business. I mean, bomber and fighter aircraft business. I have to be brutal. She would completely say something different. Or even the Mimbo, the guys. I mean, Tom Costello, a couple of times I had to stop him and say, "What? Read what I said." Same thing with the real money. Oh, real money had bigger problems. They would always interpret it right. Dan Kilpatrick. Oh, is it Dan Kilpatrick? I think it is. No. Dan? I forgot. Yeah, I think so. I told him, I said, don't quote me again. Don't. You don't get what I'm writing to you. And he says, well, I said, go change it because I can't change it anymore. I said, what? Then I'm not giving you any more update. You can't misinterpret what I'm saying. I trained you on this. And, he had access to the put call data. Gets me frustrated. Anyhow, vols. Let's look at vols. We normally don't, but I think this is time we do. There's your oil vol coming up. Yeah, the oil is having an issue. This is a CLX contract, the November delivery. We know we delivers 1 month in advance, obviously. So we're in October. We got to do December. We got to do November. So that's heading up. That's the OVX. You can get these are from. It's called the SIBO indices. Okay, this is the Russell. Okay, and here's our VIX. I would like to see it again on a daily basis. I mean, say weekly basis. That gives me a better sense of what I call the shock waves. You can see how they come in. Boom, 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 boom. And we've had a pretty decent one this break. A big one in a long time. If I go to monthly, you'd see, yeah, that was this one matches 2008 almost, close to it. Yeah. 2015, that's when I decided I got to move down here. You can see we had one, and this should be 18. Yeah, this was Is this beginning of 18? Murray? Yes, no, I'm talking about this one. This is the one we dropped quite a bit, this one. And you can imagine, obviously, we went beyond that. That was our goal, by the way. As you know, in early February, we went short the market. I think Admiral went short 12, or February 12th. It's on the website. After 4 weeks, the website is open, so you only need to log in. That's it. The last 4 weeks are reserved for members, but prior ones are open. For PMT, you can read them. We said 21.8, 18,000. 21.8 was, and remember, this is, we are here, right? No, we are right about here. Yeah, right this part, right before, because by the time we get to end of February, the move is huge. Has already started. February 12th, we said this level, okay? I'm sorry. We said this level, and then this level. Yeah, it should be lower. Yeah, the election night. This is a 2018 issue, and then election night. And, right, by golly, it came in. March 23rd was that. March 20th was it. And we said spring equinox because the equinox is fall or spring. Usually, the alignment of planets makes us think a little bit weird and make a irrational decision. Rash decision. And so we got 27 days early. 18,000 was March 23rd, which is a Sunday. March 22nd, I'm sorry. The Sunday, 23rd is Monday. The 22nd low on the YM, the Dow futures was 18086. So we had said a drop of 11,000. We're off 86 handles. Not too bad for a 9-pound Admiral Tico. And of course, he gave us an EAM and said, reverse. Next morning we reversed, and that's how the bottom was put in. By the way, I think we have seen the low of the market. I'm saying the high of the market. I think we've seen the high of the market, in my opinion. But we'll see. But we shall see. This market will always surprise you. Let's go to TD. We're running a little bit late. We've got to hustle. Okay, we pulled back to 52. 50 is neutral. This is the most important indicator I look at. A couple of times during the day, sometimes I share with you guys. Where things are a little bit quieter because, just like you interrupting me is an issue. I interrupting you is an issue too. So I kind of wait till it makes sense. Morning, Nancy. How are you? I know Nancy's taking up the task of running our servers in California. She's not there yet, but she's making progress. So, again, yeah, we have issues. We can go to her, and I think she's ready to go. Fitzpatrick? Dan Fitzpatrick. That's it. Yes, not yeah. I'm thinking my Kilpatrick was my coach at Princeton, crew coach. That was Gary. Right. Dan, yeah. He never got it. Yeah. And so I know, but that's okay. I'm not trying to, he's a good man. He helped me read the book. He's one of my readers on the book. As a lawyer by training, and he's got some training background, albeit primitive, in my opinion, but, but that's a separate issue. He ran an option hedge fund with a couple other fellows, but they didn't do too well. And that's why I call it John Bollinger came to me and says, "Hey, can you take this guy off my hand?" I said, "What?" He goes, "Do it." I said, "I'm not set up that way, but let me see what I can do." And he was here for a while, and he helped. So, but listen, one mistake in a big sample size means nothing. You throw in the very good and very bad if you look at some statistics. Okay, now. All right, let's see. We're up 17 there. Let's see. Let me look at one more item here for you. Okay. We will be introducing radar screen for DMZ. Okay, it's not ready for prime time yet. We have the CI and diff for our radar screen. DMZ is coming, but we just started messing around with it on Friday. But we will be looking at it a little bit next few days. And then we'll do a webinar next week. But first PMT webinar coming up, and then we're gonna have a indicator webinar. But mainly radar screen will be our first radar screen webinar. So make sure you keep your calendar open. Okay, I didn't come here to show you that. This is something I looked at last night. I came here to look at this. 38. That's a 3, 6, 7. Okay. All right. I'm good. All right. Let's move back here. TD. I'm not finished for this yet. Sorry, guys. I've been on this fast and, I'm a little bit woozy and a little bit, not tired, but just on full energy, even though I feel the cleansing. Um, I'm going to go 2 more days. Today's day 4. I'm going to go to day 5. So Wednesday is slowly coming back to normal. My coach, she's going to continue to the Friday. So that would be 10 days. Amazing. She's an amazing woman. So that's fine. This is my first time. She often does this, but I'm going to get to a point where I do 3 days once a month. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But this 5 was good to initialize the system. We will have an answer for you on this. Well, trust me. But it's a little bit more complicated than you think. Because the contiguous, sometimes discontiguous nature of this. Okay? You see the volume? Yeah. So there's that. So there's a little bit of adjustments we have to do statistically. We'll get there. Moving forward, let's go to futures. This is this desktop. Okay. MB1, which we have to rename to something better. It's the first slide for a boring brief. We want to just simply look at where we are overnight. What happened to the Murray? What happened to my indicators there? Hold on. Murray, what did you do? I do not have that there. Why? Okay. All right. So let me at least just put in the CI. CI did. Well, yeah, we need to do the same. Yes. I don't know what happened there. All right. So add. 1 second. There's your CI and CI diff. You can do both of them at the same time. Yeah. And I would take this off and go in. Boom. Okay. There you go. That's supposed to be. Now I want to see, but that's a 15. Okay. Good. All right. That's right. Okay. Let's see. Let's update this. It is updated. This is EVB special, better known as NQZ20 XL Plus. So we did not get to what they call it, any data from. I know it's a mistake, but let me see if I can do it Wednesday. Okay, it's a serious effort to get all this data into it to Excel, but we can only do it now with the Excel Office 365. But I promise I want to look at, since the contract has changed. Usually we need that. The problem we have is that the week for Jewish high holidays happens at the beginning of a Z contract. Every year we have that issue. So more data that's coming will be probably more meaningful as each day comes in. Up to a certain point, then it becomes asymptotic because it's x plus 1 divided by x. So at some point, the differential is low. So maybe by Wednesday I can get it done. By then my head should be a little bit more normal. My head is clear, but it's a little bit woozy. Okay, this is DMZ. We're going to be talking about that webinar. This we do during the day, but you could see Sigma level where we are. But this is very short term. On NQ, if you're using DMZ, I'll remind you, 3 seems to be the best work. That's based on both my work and Ken, who helped us along with John. I think Johnny too, but not to that extent. Ken was pretty aggressive on the back test. I appreciate that. Johnny was there too, and of course, Admiral, not Tico, no, Admiral Esposito. We have 2 admirals, but both Romans. look at my luck. Notice what we're doing here. Yeah, this is a V-bar, Jack. This is a V-bar. Absolutely, this is a V-bar. Yeah. This no, it's not CIDF. Hold on. Sure, should be. Let me say this correctly. Hold on. Let's not get us out of control here. Sorry, but I'm finicky for detail. You know that. Yeah, some people get, no, that's the wrong one. It's a CID finding. Sorry. Some folks get upset and leave. So be it. I'm not running for office. I fly my mission. Okay. I'm committed to the mission. I'm going to fly it. I don't worry about noise. Okay. All right. So no, that's not a V-bar. Okay. I was looking for a extended CI diff to the downside or to the upside with a big volume. None of that qualifies. Okay. So for now, let's take this baby out and we're good. Remove. All right, go. I want to see actually this one, the amplitude a little bit better. And I appreciate the input from Ziriat to have us switch very early on the DMZ diff into a histogram. It really shows a better, much better picture. Let's go to the crown jewels of our work. Very proud of this machine. I mean, this code actually was developed on this machine. This code was it? No, I stand corrected. I still have that machine. That was a Lenovo. This is a HP. Yeah, but because that started in Chicago, it still works, but it got to a point where the risk is too high. It's like a fatigue issue on F-18 or F-14 landing on a carrier. After certain landings, their airplane's got to retire. Yeah, because it's going to fail. You just don't know when. So it's an issue of when. Yeah, we're at MBS, very neutral so far for the day, even though we're up. I know we're up much earlier in the day. We've come back. Uh, as the cash opens, this becomes far more reliable. But early in the morning, you still get some blocks. Just not at night. At night, this is a difficult issue. You just have to be aware of it. Okay. The issue, because that dictates our pricing, the volume, not the price. Yeah, the blocks they tell us where these uh, cones of probability should be. Yep, that's the word I'm looking for. Cones of probability should be. So, and then look for some confluence. Okay, for example, 64, 63. See that? That close. This is a little bit too high. This is a little bit too low. This is 41. It could be different level too. It doesn't have to be same color. Okay. The softer, the pink is the K band. We just don't have two reds. That's all. Red is B band. So Bijan and Kettler, of course, modified, extremely modified to get here, both in terms of what fits this type of a plot, and also the fact that it's got to look at the block data. Yeah, not just price. So it's a different animal. Yeah, and it's done through a DLL I wrote myself. It's not available. The screen's not available on the TradeStation. Okay, that's it. What else we have? So not much to say. We're a little bounced here over short term. Just watch 331. Yeah, and then I think 364 area, and then after that we have to recalibrate. Okay. Have a great day. Be careful. Walls are going to be elevated. We're news driven, and half of the news you can't rely on because they've lied so much over the last 3 years. Nobody, other than Meadows so far. I mean, I don't trust them. Even the doctors are lying. So it's like you remember the story your grandma would tell you, the boy that would cry wolf too many times. Yeah, now the wolf shows up and nobody believes him. And that's what's happening on the vaccine. The most test shows the problems of the vaccine. If you look at briefly where we're heading in terms of what volatility is causing, is if you go to TweetDeck, do we have it here? No, I don't see here. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. Okay. Here's the two I looked at from yesterday. This one. Okay, look at the change. This is not easy to come back for incumbent with 30 days to go. So all I'm saying is look at data and be realistic. Forget what you want. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what I want. Okay. And then here's the IEM. This is the electronic markets at Iowa, and you have to bet. So you have to put money to bet this. We haven't had this spread. Okay, this spread we haven't had. I thought he would get some sympathy because he's in the hospital. No, it's actually gone the other way. So now I'm not saying this will dictate. Now, this is a popular vote. I realize that. We go by electoral. But if that is spread over like 7 mil, not 3, like in 2016, not 5 like 2018, but with all the other messes that he has done, if it goes to 7 mil, yeah, then the electoral college is a landslide. They can't fix that. There's so many the lawsuits will be thrown out instantly because they almost have no chance of lawsuits because the spread is so wide. No matter how many claims they make of the faulty or unreliable votes, when you have 7 million in spread, you're done. It's over. Yeah, but that's not IEM. You can go Iowa electronic markets. You can see that it changes constantly. It's a futures market. They actually bet this. They bet this, and I've watched it. This was the closest it got, which was February of this year. But once COVID came in, everything changed. You can see this is the Dems, this is the Republicans. It doesn't matter who's the lead. He doesn't know who's. It doesn't matter. Like Korea. It doesn't matter who is the nominee. It's just the way people are voted. So with money, yeah. The only problem is that the limit is low. It's only $500, so that the like Coach Brothers gotta come in and buy the whole thing or sell the whole thing, you know. But I think $500 is a little bit too low. So anyhow, long story short, we're gonna close this. Thank you so much.